Let's go over 5 teams and rebuild ideas to use for your dynasty right now. Y'all seem to really like these rebuild ideas, so y'all commented. I'm providing y'all what y'all want, so make sure to drop any comment down below that you would like to see me post a video about. But before we get into that, man, go Birds, man. A lot of you guys know I'm from Philly. We won that Super Bowl last night, man. Come on, man, let's go. If y'all do enjoy the content, make sure to like, comment, subscribe. Go over to my Twitch. We will be live tonight doing our live streaming series. So my first rebuild idea has to do with Colorado, man. I think a lot of people view Colorado as a program that really turned it around. They had a great year, a phenomenal year for their standard, and I'm interested to see what they're going to do this next season. But just look at this screen right here, man. This is their top players. You know, we're all familiar with this screen. Every single one of these players on this screen will not be on the team next year. Every single one of them. You obviously got the Heisman Trophy winner, Shador, top quarterback in the draft. But all of these other players you see, they're senior. You keep scrolling down, senior, senior. You get to your first player, Sam, who is a DN. He's a sophomore. He's only an 82, 81 overall player. So this team is very top heavy, man. They have a lot of older guys. And it's going to be a tough rebuild. What I'm suggesting, you do an athlete-only rebuild with Colorado. I think that's super fun, man. Obviously, they got Travis Hunter. They got a couple other two-way players that essentially play two-way for their team. Isaiah right here, he's a cornerback. He also plays a little bit of running back for the team, or he essentially wear that gray shirt. But it just makes sense. If you're going to do an athlete-only rebuild, I think this is the perfect team to choose because they got the Heisman Trophy winner that was an athlete. They got Deion Sanders, who obviously was a two-way player, at least in college, at least for a little bit. So it makes sense. Athletes are obviously the best position group in this game. But when you think about it, okay, an athletes-only rebuild, it might be easy. It is not easy. Let me show y'all why. It's not as easy as y'all might think because it's not that many athletes in the nation. So you see here 5 stars. It's literally 1 5-star athlete we could even go after. It's 2 in total. Obviously, every recruiting class is going to be a little bit different. So you're limited on the amount of players you go after. Go for 4 stars. And it's a lot more athletes, but it's only like, what, 5, 6, 7 of athletes you could go after here, so it's not great. And a lot of them will be quarterbacks. A lot of them will be offensive players. Like, look, I think like 4 or 5 of these players are all quarterbacks. And then you scroll down, you got a bunch of more, but we actually can't go after them for it, whether it's championship contender, pro potential, whatever it is. So it's a little bit of a tougher rebuild. You go to 3 stars, then you get into, you kind of got free game. You got a lot of athletes here, and I think it could be a super fun rebuild. The place I think you're going to struggle is the O-line, because you could only go after O and D-line, really. Because you could really only go after the athlete center. That's going to be your best bet of getting O-linemen. And there's just not that many of them here, man. So you sort by athletes, it's a good amount, but they're all going to be 3 stars. You're going to struggle to get top O linemen, and they're going to have to develop. So I think this could be a fun rebuild. I definitely will do an athletes only rebuild very soon coming to the channel. So make sure to subscribe if y'all want to see that. I'm deciding if I'm going to do Vanderbilt or Pitt. I'll probably do Vandy. Next, I'm suggesting y'all do a state only rebuild, man. And when I say a state only, it's simple. Whatever school you pick, whatever state they in, you could only recruit that state the whole entire rebuild. Whether it's a 5-star player or a 1-star player, you could only recruit in the state. But no cheating. Don't pick a team like Rice that's located in Texas, and Texas got so many players. You know, don't pick a California team. Don't even pick a Georgia team or anything like that. Go with one of these more difficult states, man. You don't have to go with Wyoming. But I'm suggesting Temple, you know, do Temple. I love my Temple rebuild. But we're going to sort by the state of Pennsylvania, and let's just see how many top players you have. So you have no 5 stars in the state of Pennsylvania. You have a handful of 4 stars, which is solid. And then you get to the 3 stars, and you got a bunch of 3 stars. And then you get into the 2 stars. I think this is a super fun rebuild idea. Something I also want to do a rebuild series on, whether it's a live streaming series or just do a regular rebuild. And I just want to do a state rebuild, man, where I can only recruit the state. Think it could be super fun. If you don't want to do Temple, you could do another smaller school. You could do Buffalo. Another good school might be Rutgers. Do New Jersey. They should have a little bit more talent, and yes, they do. They have more talent here for sure. But they also have a 5-star, more 4-stars. So this one would be maybe a little bit of an easier rebuild, just because more players coming out the state of New Jersey. New Jersey is a little bit bigger. So just something to keep in mind. Now, if you really want to get difficult, go with Colorado State and only recruit the state of Colorado. And you come in here, listen, it is not much. This is the whole state of Colorado. You do have a couple top level players, a couple 4-stars in here. But outside of that, you're looking at 3 stars, then you get into the 2 stars and 1 stars. You're going to struggle to bring in a full class, man. You're going to struggle. You might get a handful of these guys, but every year you might be scraping to bring in 15, 20 prospects. But the thing about that is realistic, man. These schools like Colorado State, they might only bring in 20 prospects. They not bringing in a full 35 every single cycle like you see some of these big dogs do. Next rebuild idea, pick a school, let's say Tulane, man, the Green Waves, and they're all centered around speed. So let's do a speed only rebuild, man. You can also do this with a strength only rebuild. So essentially what you're going to do is recruit the players with the highest speed, highest strength, whatever you want to do, whatever category you want to pick. And it's simple, man. You go position, and you can sort by archetype. So we obviously know the scrambling quarterback is going to be the fastest. Well, guess what? We only can recruit scrambling quarterbacks. You come in here to the next position. Running backs, you know, elusive backs, the speed for halfbacks, it's a little bit. Sometimes you get a power back with high speed. Sometimes you get elusive back, receiving back. I think on average, it's going to be the elusive back and then the power back with the most speed. And then you also get scout and whatever. But you'll get some elusive backs coming in with 96, 95 speed sometimes. Wide receiver, obviously you're going to do deep threat. O-line, you're going to do agile. They usually come in with the higher speed, especially the agile athlete. Center, D-line, you want to do speed rusher, of course. D-tackle, speed rusher, same concept, man. Same concept here all throughout. When you get the linebacker, the fastest guy is usually going to be the pass coverage, and then also the athlete run stopper is going to be fast as well. Other than that, you want to do the pass coverage linebackers. For cornerback, you probably want to do zone or man. They usually come in with the highest speed. Safeties, you probably want to go with hybrid. They're usually the fastest, even though they don't develop. And that's quickly, just a quick rundown. And if you want to do strength, you can do the same exact thing or whatever category you want to do, man. Maybe you want an offense with the most skill when it comes to just not athletic ability, but just being the most skilled player. So you might want to go with the field general quarterback because they're going to have the highest throw power, highest throw accuracy, usually, not always, usually. But they're usually going to be the most skilled for a running back. You might want to go with the receiving back. They're going to be able to catch the ball. They're going to come in with the most skill, not the most athletic ability. Receiver, you probably want to go with the route runner because they're going to have the good hands, the good route running ability. They're not going to be a great athlete. Y'all kind of get the concept, man. Whatever category you want to go with, whatever theme you want to have for your offense, defense, all you do is implement that. Pick what team you want to do, whether it's a 1-star, 4-star team, don't matter. You just recruit the theme of your offense and defense, and that's what you do for the rebuild. You can also do height and weight. I don't know, I feel like a lot of guys don't search by this, but you could literally do this. You can search by height or weight. Any player is 6'7" to 7 feet tall in this whole recruiting class, and it's primarily just going to be O-linemen, man. Yeah, it's going to be all O-linemen. Got some 6'7", 6'8" guys, but you don't probably not going to get any receivers or anything else. But yeah, you get some O-linemen that's tall. But point is, you could recruit based on height or weight, and that could help with your theme or your recruiting class. Maybe you're a short king and you want to recruit the shortest players in every recruiting class. Well, guess what? You could do that. You could bring in nothing but 5'6", 5'7" skill position players. You could bring in a 5'9" corner. That's not bad, actually. But point is, you could bring in literally some of the smallest players in the whole recruiting class. Maybe you want to bring in the biggest. Whatever you want to do, just add that element to your dynasty. So this next rebuild idea, man, JUCO and transfer portal only. This is going to be a super tough rebuild. This is going to be a challenge, man. JUCO and transfer portal guys only. Is not that many JUCO guys in each class, man. It's not. I don't think it's 4-star JUCOs in this game. It's definitely not 5-star. I don't think it's 4-star JUCOs. So you primarily only recruiting these 3-star players. That's going to come in. The sad part about JUCOs in this game, they come in with the same overall as normal 3-stars. Like, it's a JUCO. He should come in at least with like an 80 overall. You know, he already played 2 years of college football, probably a 2-year starter at a community college, and he's coming over as the same 68 overall as the other 3-star freshmen. That's not right. They should come in with a little bit higher overall, in my opinion. But JUCO only is going to lead to a tough rebuild, man. You're going to struggle to recruit. You literally have 3 quarterbacks you could go after here, man, and say they're all busts or say none of them good. You're going to now have to move down to the 2-stars, and now you bring in the 2-star JUCO. Now you move into some treacherous situations here. At least running backs, you got some more 3-star JUCOs. You got a lot of 3-star JUCOs for running back. So it seems like every position group going to be slightly different. Receivers, you got a lot to choose from. O-line is looking a little bit better. You got a good amount of players to choose from. So you're able to fill up a class. Don't doubt that at all. You could fill up, get a full 35-person class full of JUCOs. You might struggle with center, but also you're adding in the transfer portal, so you'll be able to bring in some hopefully 4-star players in the portal, depending what school you at. But I'm suggesting you go with a 1-star, 2-star school and doing this transfer portal only, trying to rebuild the school. It's going to be tough. It is going to be difficult, man. You're going to be having players constantly out the door, man. Players constantly in and out. You won't have any stability. Only good thing is these JUCO players, I'm assuming once you get them, you can redshirt them and then, you know, actually play them their junior year. So, you know, maybe they'll actually go up in overall a little bit. That's the only benefit to this. You can redshirt these JUCO players. But this is going to be a tough rebuild, man. I think I will do this. I'm going to keep saying it. I got a lot of ideas. I'm going to probably do this for either one of my live streaming series or a video I post on this channel where I rebuild a team with JUCOs only. Y'all let me know what y'all want to see, and we'll drop it. All right, so this last idea, I'm pretty much walk y'all through the process, but what it is, it's going to be forcing a bunch of players to transfer to spice up your whole entire dynasty, man. You could do this year 1, you could start a new dynasty, and you could force a bunch of players to transfer. What you're going to do is you're going to come over here to retire, and you're going to just essentially create a new character. And let's say we want to go to, let's do like a 5-star school, which is going to be, let's do Clemson. And, you know, you could do this for like the top 25 quarterbacks, the top 25 players, whatever. And I'm suggesting doing it for the top 25 or maybe 25 too many. Maybe you want to do the top 10 quarterbacks in the league. And all you do is come over to their team. And once you come over, y'all see the whole process. You get this encourage the transfer screen. And you can literally search by their best player, who is going to be this outside linebacker. You can force him to transfer. Or you could just cherry pick the top 25 best quarterbacks, and you could force them to enter the transfer portal. And the process is pretty quick. Like, all you gotta do is come back over here, create another character, and yep, your progress will be lost. You come over here, let's do another top team. Let's go over to Alabama. Hopefully they have a top quarterback. We'll pick their current head coach, come over here to transfer. They went at 6-6. Who's their top player? A guard? Okay, you're transferring. Quarterback, we're forcing you to transfer. You could literally do this for seniors also, man. If you do this for seniors, it's literally going to not allow them to go to the NFL. They're going to be in the portal instead of going to the NFL. And the process is quick, man. The process is very quick. You just keep going through, pick whatever teams you want to do. And like I said, it's not realistic, but it's going to spice up your dynasty, man. Because quarterback, at the end of the day, is the most important position on the field. So if you just force a bunch of these guys to transfer, it's going to spice up your whole entire dynasty, man. Come over here, USC, what y'all got going on? We're going to force your top players to transfer also. So, you know, have a strategy for it. Like I said, top quarterbacks, and, you know, we just forced their quarterback transfer. He like a 93 overall. You come over here to the portal while these players are actually going to be in here in the transfer portal once you force them, man. And they'll actually go to random teams. We come over here, sort, and all the players we forced to enter the portal, they're in the portal. A couple of these guys might go to Alabama. They usually go to, or no, they're from Alabama. They usually go to a school that is, you know, close to home or whatever their deal breaker is. So pro potential, you know, they usually go to somewhere, you know, one of these top schools, especially if you force a top player to transfer. And sometimes they'll go back. You know, this guy, we force him to transfer from Clemson, and Clemson his top school. He might go back to Clemson, or he might go to, you know, Ohio State, Georgia Tech, whatever. But it's something interesting, something at least worth doing if you know at that point in the year where I just need to spice something up. And the reason I like to do it, because usually the transfer portal is not all that fun. Y'all know, man, the transfer portal is usually not all that fun. It's about 44 star transfers in this portal period, 46 in total. And that's not horrible. In real life, you just get a lot more. In real life, you're looking at more so like 100 4-star transfers compared to like this past year. We literally had over 100 4-star transfers. In the game, you're looking at less than half of that. So yeah, if you want to spice up the portal, this is the perfect way to do it. Other than that, that's all I got for y'all. If y'all enjoyed the video, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, man. Go over to my Twitch. We live streaming tonight, and click the video on the screen now for my temporary build.